Welcome everybody to the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. Even though many of you are not here with your physical presence, we feel your energy and we honor you where you are. I'm grateful that you're watching this and taking this in. We include you in every way. God is good and working good all around us. We're going to sing our opening song. This is our first live streaming service. So I expect you are going to sing in your living room or wherever you happen to catch this on your phone. Please don't read the lyrics while you're driving. We're going to sing Sacred Love and So Sacred. Please join us. 2, 3, 4.
Good morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Wendy Condi. We are a spiritual community where all are welcome. Topher Steele is our practitioner, blessing us with the sacred duty of giving voice to our prayer today. Our center is a spiritual community that teaches a philosophy for daily living based on spiritual principles and practices that are universal among all religions. We honor all paths for people who seek to know the divine. We work on our individual consciousness as we help to make the world a better place. Please join me in remembering what our purpose is. We are an open, welcoming community, celebrating our divinity, loving our humanity, and nurturing our journeys of spiritual discovery. Our theme for this month is honoring the divine feminine in all. Our speaker today is Sally Jo Taggart. Her topic, Law is Womb. Next week, Shemaine Surratt will be speaking. As far as announcements go, you can find out what is happening in our center by signing up for our newsletter. You can look us up on Facebook, or on our website. You can find us at www.spirituallyfree.org. Our community is a ministry founded on prayer. For those of you that are just joining us, maybe perhaps online, our practitioners are trained professionals who use the art and science of affirmative prayer to solve problems, heal conditions, and cope with life's challenges. Today you are welcome to place a prayer request on our website, located on our website. All of our practitioners will be praying for you throughout the week. And we say that in the most sacred way. These prayers are so important in this time. So now, just take a deep breath in and exhale and relax. Once again, take a deep breath in, exhale, and relax, and get centered, and allow for the reading and beautiful music to take you into that sacred space within as we prepare for Topher to lead us in prayer.
Today's reading is about the womb. There's a deeper place of connection to and for us to consider. It's the womb. When I speak about the womb, I'm not just talking about the organ. I'm talking about the womb as a spiritual energy center that exists whether you have a womb or not, whether your womb is fertile or not. The womb is perhaps our deepest spiritual center, and many of us have never consciously connected to it. It is part of us that carries immense power, and yet for many of us, it is the very wounded or forgotten place, a place we do not habitually connect to. We all emerge from the womb, and our connection to it has the ability to strengthen no matter if we are male or female. Womb awakening brings the masculine and the feminine energies back into balance and creates a sacred union for the foundation of our next evolutionary shift. Our womb, which carries the mirror of our soul and your soul's light and vibration, can be better connected to the universe in divine feminine energy. Your womb is not only a place where life is created, it is a sacred portal that holds the secrets of your true power. An open womb will transform your life so that you can trust, feel safe in this world. We will begin to trust ourselves more, trust love more, and surrender to the love that's already all around us. Awakening the power that resides within your physical body, you can heal your shadow, reclaim your destiny, and access your intimate gifts and wisdom. The seat of your deepest intuition is in your womb, or hara for men. And as you focus on creating balance and harmony here, this will naturally flow into other parts of your being. We know that the womb is a hugely powerful place within us, where new life is conceived, grown, and birthed.
I will make a quiet place, a quiet place within my heart, and I will open to my God, open to my God. I will make a quiet place within my mind, and I will open to my God, open to my God. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still, my soul, be still. Be still and know. I will make a quiet place within my soul, and I will open to my God, open to my God, and I will open to my God, open to my God.
And as we breathe that silent breath into this prayer, I know that there is only one presence, one flow, one God. And I know that I am one with it, as I know that each one of you are one with it. Wherever you are and with whatever you're doing, you are a part of the one. And this flow, which is in and through everything, where there is not one place where it cannot be, I am connected. And it doesn't matter whatever is going on in the world or in your life, you are always connected. And there is peace and love and compassion in and through all of this. And as we breathe into this and into our feminine energy, we allow that to expand and grow and give us new ways of being, new expressions of who we are. And our gifts and our talents expand. And God's expression through us expands our world and the world around us. And I know that as this does this, I experience and express perfect health, perfect knowledge, perfect connectedness to the one. And so I breathe this truth in, knowing that God is all there is. And I allow that to settle within the very essence of who I am. And I give great thanks for this moment and for the moment thereafter. I give thanks for the knowledge of perfect health, perfect knowledge. And I know that somewhere in the message or the music or the prayer, that Spirit will open up and touch each one of us. And I am grateful for that. So in this moment, I let God be God in all of it. And together we say, and so it is.
We invite you again to sing along with us. Circle of love, gifts of the goddess. Thanks for singing along. I bet you if you're home or in your car, you're just bopping your head, aren't you? I hope so. It's my pleasure to introduce our special music. Well, first of all, let me say I'm so sorry. You may have noticed on Facebook we were having Ellen Hayashi, who is Nancy Keefe's granddaughter, a very talented violinist. But due to situations beyond our seeming control, she opted out, and I will schedule her at a later date. Look forward to that. So I'm so happy that Shemaine agreed to step in at the last minute and learn a couple special music songs, beautiful, divine, feminine theme songs by Kathy Zavada. The first one is called Mother's Song.
It is my pleasure to welcome up Sally Jo Taggart. I have been looking so forward to this. Sally Jo lives, walks, and breathes the philosophy of what we believe. She is the epitome to me of love. I am pleased and honored that she is here to speak to us today. I welcome up Sally Jo Taggart.
Okay, I'm going to move that. Wendy, it's going to be all the way down here. Isn't this something? You just don't know what's around the corner, do you? It is so my honor and privilege to be here today, and I'm just, honestly, I'm tickled, and I just keep saying to myself, trust it, Sally, this is perfect. How is this perfect for you? And I trust that it is, and for all of us, not just me. That's just one of my favorite questions. I really want to begin by thanking our board at Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. This has been quite an eventful week, and they had to get together, decide what to do. If I wore a hat, if I wore 1,000 hats, I would take them all off to Raj, who works tirelessly. He may or may not have woken me up this morning at 6:30 just to make sure things were ready. But my point about that is not the martyr Sally that had to wake up at 6:30. Raj was already up. He had been working diligently for some time. He's not the only one. My gosh, my heart is so grateful that despite whatever, we're going to carry on. Because you know what? We carry on. That's what we do. Now, y'all have probably noticed that our topic is the divine feminine. And when I was asked to speak, they told me this was the topic. And I knew I just landed in Denver when I got the text. And so it was just a couple weeks ago. And I accepted the opportunity gratefully. But I also knew I was not going to get home for quite a little bit, and I wouldn't have any of my reading materials with me. So I had one email that came that I had a little bit to work with and my own background. And when I got back in town, I hit the books pretty good. The Divine Feminine, it's really been fun for me to solidify this in me. I probably could have spoken on it a little, like there's lots of stuff I could do off the cuff. This one took some work, and it was my pleasure to do the work. So I'm going to start a little bit today, and I'm going to do one little PS here and slip it in here. I know that when I speak, I'm generally quite animated with my hands and body, and I probably will be today. I saw Jane Pauley on the TV this morning, and she stood there like this, and I thought, how does your mouth move if you do that? And anyway, but the other thing that I want to say, that not only am I generally animated, I may be a little less, and I want to make sure I don't hit my little props here. The other thing is, I may be referring to my notes a little bit more because I want to get things accurate today. Not that I don't always, but trust me, this will be good. Well, or maybe it won't, but I want to get it accurate. Okay, so what I'm going to start with is, and a lot of people, I was with different people. I was in Arizona visiting my mom and my brother and sister-in-law and niece, and a lot of them have a little bit different walk in life than I do, pretty much all of them. And so when I said I was going to speak, they said, I said, well, they assigned me a topic. It's the Divine Feminine. And I either get a blank stare or I got, oh yeah, like nurturing and being tender. And those are really good, wonderful things, and that's not what I'm going to talk about. So when we talk about the Divine Feminine, as Science of Mind teaches it, and what I want to refer to today, it has nothing to do with gender. Nothing, not a thing. Any attributes that have been arbitrarily assigned to a gender through culture, tradition, or who knows what, that's not what we're talking about. So, now you know it's not. I'm going to go to the big G, God, okay, with capital G. And there's a lot of names that we use when we refer to God. And I'm going to use some of them. I'm going to list a few of them for you right now. And these all happen to be androgynous names that we use. Androgynous meaning indeterminate of sex or gender. They're neutral. We call it God. We call it the universe, source, the divine, the one, first cause. And that's the one I really, really like, first cause. And there's lots more, and these are all just titles. And I'm going to talk now about thinking on that big scale of the one, first cause, and let's talk about some of the attributes that are, I believe, universally given to this one, to this first cause. And so I'll do that through a couple of questions. First, is there any time or place that we can be where first cause or God isn't? No. If we're a trillion, bazillion light years away, God's there. Forward, backwards, linear, there's no time and place when we talk about the one, when we talk about first cause or God. It's omnipresent. And that's pretty universally attributed to the one. Is there anything that first cause, divine source, or God can't know? Can we trick them? Uh-oh. That's my little... Sorry. We attribute to God that it's all-knowing, all-wise, all-seeing, and we call that omnipotent. We're never not with it, and there's nothing new to it. It already knows. We can't trick or outsmart it. Is there anything beyond God's abilities or power? Is there anything it kind of can't do? It's all powerful, has unlimited power and capabilities, and we call that. Oh, the other one where it could be was omnipresent. Oh, omniscient. Did I say omniscient on the all-knowing? Omniscient. And then for the all-powerful is omnipotent. So those three are pretty universally used when we refer to God. We can talk to anyone from any walk of life, and they'll say omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. And then, so if that's kind of the attributes, what could we possibly mean by the divine feminine? Well, let's see if this works. We read from the glossary. There it is. The glossary in Ernest Holmes' Science of Mind. First cause. Now remember, this is just one little definition. That which is the cause of all things, the uncreated, from which all creation springs, the cause of all that is manifest in any plane, that which comes first. A really, really nice definition there. And I think most of you are probably at least a little bit familiar with this symbol. This is the yin-yang, okay? It's pretty commonly used. I brought it in today because I love the simplicity of it. It's a representation of the whole, of the one, of source. And briefly put, the meaning of the yin-yang is that the universe is governed by a cosmic duality, sets of two opposing or complementary principles or cosmic energies. And so they do that with black and white and black, all combined into one. And there's that duality within the whole. There's the seed and the soil, the assertive and the receptive, the active and the passive, the male or masculine and the feminine, the action and the reaction. And just like in physics, where it states action and reaction are always equal and in opposite directions, our yin and yang kind of describe that as the one. And so when we talk about the feminine divine, I'm going to share a little bit now first about the masculine principle, the masculine divine. According to Science of Mind in the glossary, it says, the masculine principle is the assertive principle of being, the projective principle of life, impregnating the universal soul with its ideas and concepts. In other words, that which goes forth. Let there be light. That's the masculine. And action and reaction always being equal and in opposite directions. If creation is to take place, there must be a divine imagination or thinker which is spontaneous, the masculine, that which asserts, and a creative medium throughout which it acts, the feminine, which receives. The feminine principle, the universal medium or soul, has been called the womb of nature and the Holy Mother because it is receptive to the Spirit and is impregnated with divine ideas. It gives birth to the ideas of the Spirit and is therefore the feminine principle of nature. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. Let there be light, and there was light. Yin, yang, two principles composing the one. Action and reaction, always equal and in opposite directions. Oops. There we go. Nope. All right. Looks like one of these is not here, so I'll read this one. Well, maybe it is this one. Nope, this is correct. I apologize. This is from Wallace Wattles, and he said this nicely. You know what? It's not this one, so I apologize. I have never done this part before. And live on TV. That's okay. That was the feminine principle. Leave it there, and then I'll go to the next one later. I'm going to read this one from my script because good thing I had it here. Wallace Wattles said this: there is one original formless substance from which all things are made. Can we ever be where God isn't? That's it. It's that omnipresent. All the seemingly many elements are only different presentations of the one element. We can't be where God isn't. It's omnipresent. It's present in seemingly inanimate objects. It's present in each of us. It's what breathes us life, is that one breathing and manifesting through me. Now, when we refer to the feminine, that feminine nature, the receptive, we often call that the law. And we're swimming in it all the time. We can't not be, because it's the law. And for our purposes today, and I've never done this before either, so this will be fun and wonderful. Raj and fixed this up for me. A really good analogy for the feminine is a mirror. And I want you to think about this, not in every aspect. It's not breakable, okay? You can't crack the feminine divine, but the principles, the characteristics that present in a mirror is a really good analogy for the feminine divine. So let's play with this for a few minutes. When we understand some of the attributes of the law, we can better work and play within it. And all thought that is impressed upon the original substance, including our thoughts that are impressed upon the feminine divine, the law, the subjective, the receptive, the mirror, causes the creation of that form. Because it acts like the feminine divine, this is going to be the best thing I can use to kind of experiment and play with this. So, just going to Can you see that now? Does it ever reject? Like the mirror, the feminine divine always receives. Just as it is presented, it receives and images. Action and reaction always equal and in opposite directions. Does it ever manipulate or change what is imaged in it? There have been times I've wished it had. But it doesn't, it always reflects exactly what is imaged in it. Does it ever say no? Or not now? Or wait a minute, I'm busy with something else. It doesn't do that either. By its nature, it's always on, and it can't refuse. It can't be overloaded. It says yes, yes, yes. Does it ever command or ask anything of us? It receives and it reflects exactly every time, all the time. Does it ever even judge or warn us? Not the feminine part of the law. It always says yes. It creates the image of what is reflected in it without judgment. It accepts as you wish, as you desire. Can anything be too complicated for it? If I added, no, it'll never be overloaded. It's at work 100% of the time, all the time, and always has been. It is subjective to what is put in it. Now, here's another thing. Does it anticipate what's coming? If I do an orange piece of paper 100,000 million times in a row, and then I want to slip in a purple one, it'll still do it exactly. And the principle I want to teach on that is the principle trumps precedent. Because something has been a certain way over and over, and we've believed it, and we've projected it into the oneness, into the feminine divine, does not mean that it has to be that way the next time. It only reflects. Let's see if this one is the one I wanted now. There is a thinking stuff, this is Wallace Wattles, or an essence from which all things are made, and which, in its original state, permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. Does that sound like omnipresent? It sure does. And we're constantly swimming in this God stuff. A thought, the masculine or assertive part. In this substance, the feminine or receptive part produces the thing that is imaged by that thought. Now, this next part is my favorite because it applies so much to each of us. You can form things in your thought, and by impressing your thought upon formless substance, can cause the thing you think about to be created. Humans are thinking centers. We can originate thought. Our thoughts determine the quality that we are giving this previously undifferentiated substance. Our thoughts are incredibly powerful. What we think about, we bring about. Now, I want to play just a little bit without the mirror, with that mirror in your mind, because all of our thoughts are projected into this substance, this feminine divine, this thought stuff that is so sensitive that the slightest thought is manifest within us. It might be a glimpse of a thought, but it's still going to be a thought, and it will be there. And that is the spirit. That is the first creation. Someone gets an idea for something like, let's have a virtual service. And that's the thought. And then it comes to fruition if we focus on it and continue. But I'm going to play with this just a little bit with you. So if you'll play with me just a little bit today, I'd love that. I want you to think about like the best pizza you've ever had. Just being really hungry and you can smell those garlicky, wonderful smells that come from a brick oven pizza, and they pull it out of that brick oven. It's bubbly on top and smells so good. You can almost taste it, because our imagination can make things real before they really are. But that's the first creation. That's the first creation, is the thought, the idea. That is in the feminine divine. Now, if we stick with that long enough, and likely one or two of you will get a pizza, maybe today, maybe tomorrow, and that will come to fruition, and that will manifest in the physical. But I want to play with that little mirror in your mind for a couple more minutes. If you'll think along with me, I would like you to please don't think of a baby elephant with polka dots. And I did that because feminine does not recognize no, not, or don't. It sees in pictures. And so if we say, don't picture a baby elephant with polka dots, we have it already there. That part is something that I practice more than anything in my life and has changed my life more than anything. And I still can fall into focusing on what I'm not wanting. But holding the thought of our desire, of our highest good, creates it first spiritually, and then when we focus for long enough, we bring it into fruition and it manifests physically. Now I want you to apply all of these attributes of the divine feminine, the receptivity, the non-able, that doesn't reject, it doesn't warn, it just says yes and receives. Let's apply them. And I want each of these pieces of paper to represent that which goes forth. This is the masculine, this is the feminine. Okay? They're equal and helpful for each other. And these represent any of your thoughts. And I purposely didn't put any names on these, I just used colors. Because every thought you think is reflected. Every belief you have is reflected. This is so sensitive, there is no getting around it. It's going to reflect. And whether these beliefs or our ideas or our thoughts serve us well or they don't, if it's in our heart of hearts, if it's in our thought process, it's reflecting in our lives. And we do it individually, we also do it as a community. And in fact, we do it as a nation and a world. And we have manifested some really exciting times this week. So I'm focusing on something different right now. Whatever we reflect, whatever we think is reflected within that. Jesus said a few things about that. He said, ask and it is given. He said, seek and you will find. Knock and it will be opened unto you. As you sow, so shall you reap. As you think, you're going to get. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. We will never trick it. If we speak our words and say, but I don't want that, in this case, words are a little cheap because our heart of hearts always holds the truth for us. The divine feminine principle grounds us tenderly to source. She's fertile with possibility. She's the bridge between ideas and the creation. Our work is best done in quiet, faithful expectancy and calm assurance and confidence. An interesting call to action is to cease trying. So your call to action is to not worry about action a whole lot. Cease trying, cease strategizing and planning, and simply know. Know that the receptive, powerful nature of the divine feminine and masculine are always at work, manifesting the impress of our personal truth. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. At Center, we would generally have the wall of prayer. And that's where our practitioners come forward. We're not doing that today, but I want to talk about that for just a minute before I go into prayer for us. When we talk about the practitioners being, I frankly have a harder time with the word professional because it makes it sound like you have to pay for prayer, and that's not what that's talking about. We're talking about people that have spent considerable time studying and practicing, holding the highest truth. When Jesus lived and someone wanted to be healed, he would say, "As you believe, so it is unto you." And he also said, "It's not me that doeth the work, but God that dwelleth in me that does it." He also said, "Greater things than I can you do." And we practice that principle. Our practitioners are able to hold the thought of the good we desire when sometimes our own faith isn't strong enough for that. They hold that. They are able to focus. That little experiment I did with you with the don't see a baby elephant with polka dots, they're trained to stay focused on the desire so that the physical plane, what we see, hear, taste, touch, and smell, that seems real to us right now, does not affect their vision of what can be. Because as we saw with the mirror, precedent has nothing to do with what comes next. There is but one light, one power, one God that dwells in all places, at all times, in all things, that works constantly in our life. We can never be without it. We can never be separate from it. We must be in its presence. We must share the same power that it has, for we are its children. This expresses in all ways, in all things, in all that we do, the omnipresent, the omniscient, the omnipotent, and in fact is also expressing as I am, as you are, as we are. Knowing this, it follows that the ability to co-create, to be one with all that is always within our capabilities, that we do it with or without deliberateness. And so now we consciously choose the highest good for us, for our neighbors in all situations. We look for the gifts and the divine pluses that come from every situation, for we know they're there. And we watch as we see others reaching out in charity, in love, in kindness. Oh, what gratitude that all things work for our good. All things work for our good. And we can bless them and thank be thankful for them, and say thank you, thank you, thank you for all that comes into our lives. Because all of it, every single event, action, thought is working for us. It's such a grateful, wonderful feeling to know that. We release this into the law and together say, and so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I give. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I give. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
I'd like to call the ushers forward. Now is our time of conscious giving, which in our center is another spiritual practice. This is not just about paying the bills or collecting money. Like every spiritual practice, we practice giving as a conscious choice. We choose to give, and to give from an attitude of abundance, knowing that the abundance of the universe is already available to us. So I invite you to hold your gift over your heart and feel the truth of what you say, as together we speak our giving affirmation. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Filled with gratitude, I let it be, and so it is.
All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. I've been set free, I'm released. I've been set free, I'm released. The burden of my past has gone away at last. I've been set free, I'm released. More than I need comes to me. More than I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. More than I need comes to me. More than I need comes to me.
Thank you. We're going to hear some more from my lovely wife, Shemaine Charette. Beautiful song by Kathy Zavada. It's called I'm Right Here.
Brilliant sunrise to the next day's dawn, I live on and on and on. Never think that I'm gone. I'm right here in the whispering pines. You can feel me inside if you quietly listen. And the love that you feel in your heart shines right through any seeming unreachable distance. I'm right here. There's nothing between us at all. Don't imagine boundaries or big tall walls. Call on love in a silent prayer. It takes only a moment, and I'm right here. I'm right here in the stars in the sky. You can feel me inside if you quietly listen. And the love that you feel in your heart shines right through any seeming unreachable distance. I'm right here. I'm right here. I never leave you alone. There's nothing between us at all. I never leave you alone. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here.
That song was by Kathy Zavada.
Thanks so much. Thanks for being with us, those here in person and those here with us virtually in the space of cyber. Thank you so much for joining us. I invite you to sing along with our closing song. And I wish you all the health and beauty and love. You are so dear to us. I miss you, but I know we'll be together, and we are together. Have a blessed week. Together we can change the world.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I believe it's not too late. Together we can change the world.